Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. We are at soggy John Cox Stadium in Childersburg tonight for Childersburg hosting Leeds in Week 9 of the high school football season. I'm Jim L. Abrams along with Zachary Thomas Abrams, and we worked together all season. And Zach, we're winding down the regular season, buddy.
Yep, we only got one more game to go.
After tonight, you're absolutely right. Childersburg at Leeds, and it looked like we've got a couple of hours where the rain is stopping, but it has rained heavily in Childersburg as in most local areas today. And you kind of wonder how that field's going to hold up with those big guys running on it.
Yep, they'd probably be slipping and sliding, fumbling the football everywhere.
Kind of like you like it, isn't it?
This is probably going to be a good game.
Yeah, and Zach and I were talking before we came on. Childersburg has not beaten Leeds in 19 years. They've lost 19 in a row to the Leeds Greenway. They try to break that tonight.
And that's what, 1999, 2000?
Somewhere right in there. 19 years in a row, Leeds has beaten Childersburg.
Well, Leeds, this year they're not doing so well.
No.
But since I think Childersburg, they have a better record, and they've been doing a little better than Leeds this season. So
neither team going to make the playoffs this year after Childersburg made the playoffs last year. And Leeds played Hanley last week and gave up over 500 yards offense. Childersburg was shut out by Lincoln 30-40. I think, of course, Lincoln, the region champion. And so both these teams, with Jerry Hood, the head football coach at Leeds, and Coach Jonathan Beverly over at Childersburg, they got some work to do. And talked with Coach Beverly a little bit earlier in the day. We'll get to that in just a minute as the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week minutes away from the start. Also brought to you by State Representative Ron Johnson, Marble City Pharmacy, Sylacauga Glass, Cindy Pennington, the Greater Coosa Valley Area Chamber of Commerce, Stop and Shop Auto Sales, Lori Darling's in Fayetteville, Omnia, and Curtis & Son Funeral Home. Along with us tonight for week number 9 of the high school football season. In fact, we had games last night, and B.B. Calmer scored 68 points in a win over Weaver last night. 68 points.
You know, you'd really expect the other team to get 68 points, but Calmer got them points and completely shut out Weaver.
Yeah, Weaver hadn't won a game this year, and of course Fayetteville, they won last night, and Fayetteville secured a spot in the 2A playoffs as they beat Vincent 14-12. Big game in Sylacauga tonight at Legion Stadium. The Aggies hosting Munford, and if Sylacauga wins, they are in the hunt, and as far as playoffs are concerned, if they lose, they're out. So a lot of people, a lot of teams jockeying for position, and this game tonight is just for bragging rights and pride. You've got the cheerleaders there for the Childersburg Tigers on the track, and this is a nice stadium, and built a couple of years ago, John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. Zach, you want to go ahead and pick your winner tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to go with Childersburg.
All right, we'll see what happens. We caught up with Coach Jonathan Beverly, the head football coach of the Childersburg Tigers. We'll get to that right after this on the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
A funeral service represents a family's final farewell to their loved ones. Knowing this, we go beyond what is expected to ensure the ceremony is beautiful and memorable, a truly fitting tribute to that special life. We invite you to visit us to meet our staff and tour our renovated facility complete with a new dining area and catering services. We've been serving the people of this area for over 40 years, and we think that you'll be pleased to find that making lasting impressions remains our first priority. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
WOTM, your new TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Pickens County Tornadoes versus the Gordo Green Wave. Stay with WOTM all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the new home of AHSAA Super 7, live from Jordan-Hare.
Back at soggy John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. Childersburg minutes away from taking on the Leeds Green Wave. And Leeds, Zach, has got a young man. His name is Jacoby Hunter, number 4. And this young man can fly. And Childersburg will have to keep an eye on him tonight for sure.
Yup, and I haven't seen him play, but he sounds intimidating.
I've seen some tape of him, and he's a real deal for sure. Childersburg will start Cameron Thrash at quarterback and Xavier Garrett in the backfield. And Childersburg with a lot of seniors on this team. Next week will be senior night as Childersburg plays their final regular season game of the year. And the last game next week for those seniors, they take on Anniston. And Leeds, meantime, they will play Pleasant Grove next week. We caught up with Coach Jonathan Beverly, and Coach Beverly assessed last week's loss to Lincoln and looks ahead to the remainder of the season, including tonight's game against Leeds. Coach Jonathan Beverly, the head football coach and athletic director at Childersburg High School, joins us this morning as they get set for the Leeds Green Wave tonight, and that wave may come in the form of rain as well tonight, Coach.
Yeah, it's gonna be wet at times, but we've been preparing for it all week, so we're looking forward to a great night tonight.
What goes into making a decision whether to play? A lot of schools move their game to Thursday. What goes into the thinking process of whether Thursday or Friday?
There's so many moving parts to moving a football game, and so obviously you consult with administration. You keep your eyes on the weather all week long. Mm-hmm. You consult with the other school as well. And, we've got so many moving parts on Friday nights, or just Friday throughout the day. We've got our team prayer breakfast every Friday morning. We've got pep rally on Friday. We've got, obviously, families and parents that, obviously plan to, come out on Friday nights. And so, for us, Thursday night games really don't bring much of a crowd anyway. So we figured it was probably best for us to stay on Friday night, not to inconvenience a large part of our community that really have their plans built around what we do on Fridays.
Leeds North Childersburg in the playoff hunt. This is a game, however, you hadn't beaten Leeds in a lot of years.
19 years since Childersburg has beaten Leeds. So, we've been telling our kids all week long, it's an opportunity to make a little bit of history, an opportunity to do something that hasn't been done in an extremely long time, since the year 2000. And so for a lot of our kids, they've got an opportunity to be able to go back and tell, family members and friends who put on that blue jersey that they were able to do something that they couldn't do. Mm-hmm. So that's something that we've been preaching. And, regardless of record, Leeds still has a championship pedigree. A lot of people over in that community and in that, school building, walk around, they see championship banners every single day. They see people wearing championship rings every single day. So, regardless of how they're doing this year, still an opportunity to knock off one of the better programs in all Alabama high school football.
Assess last week and where we are with this Childersburg program late in the season.
Last week I thought the kids played extremely hard. 7-0 game at halftime, and then you start to see attrition take over. And I think that kind of credit to Lincoln for sticking with their game plan. And we had answers for just about everything they were doing in the first half, but they came out and stuck with what they were doing. And like I said, attrition took over, and I think that's kind of been the story of us the last few weeks. As we've started to have to play a few more guys both ways. try to give ourselves some advantages on certain situations. Attrition just, like I said, took over there. But, credit to our kids for continuing to play hard. And like I said, great opportunity still ahead over the next couple of weeks, to finish the season strong, still can finish as a 500 football team. And also, again, be able to make a little history tonight and knock off one of the perennial powers.
Lincoln, one of the top teams in Class 4A, and they got a good thing going up there. They're the region champion, and going into that game, you mentioned you're down 7-0. You feel pretty good at going into halftime.
Yeah, it felt good going into halftime. Actually came out after halftime. Went with the surprise onside kick, which we're, I think, 6 out of 7 on onside kicks this year.
You're notorious for doing that.
Yeah, so things, regardless of even being down 7-0, we still a possession there. We drive inside the red zone and stall out. I think that kind of took the wind out of our sails. But regardless, again, I think our kids were playing hard. We just probably needed one more break there to get back into the ball game, and just couldn't find it.
You're winding down the regular season, and just a couple more games left for this senior group.
Yeah, this is a special class, guys that have, really done every single thing they've ever been asked over the last 4 years. And a great mix of kids as far as, you've got a handful of guys that are 4-year starters that have played, countless amounts of snaps throughout their 4-year career. And then you've got a group of guys that, didn't really maybe get a lot of playing time as freshmen and sophomores and juniors, but earned their way into getting some snaps as a senior. And so a great balance of kids there, and overall a great group of guys character-wise, a great group of guys, from a family standpoint. They love each other. You see that in the locker room every single day. And so this is a special group, and probably one of the better group of kids to ever come through.
John Cox Stadium tonight, kick at 7 o'clock. Childersburg hosting the Leeds Green Wave, and every forecast that I've seen calls for rain throughout the day, through this evening as well. How does it change your preparation? And wet football bounces funny ways anyway, but when it's wet, it can really be kind of squeaky and slick.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've prepared throughout the week, just preaching ball security, ball security, ball security. Taking care of the football on offense, but also trying to capitalize on defense to knock the ball loose. That's obviously I'm sure Leeds has been preaching ball security as well. But like you said, you can punch the football out when it's dry, but you've got better opportunities to do it obviously when it's wet. So we're looking to capitalize, and obviously we've been preaching a lot of turnovers, or trying to get turnovers on defense. So we feel like that's something that we're looking to try to do tonight, and get some spark on defense and take the ball away.
I hear the heavy rain falling outside our studio. As far as the field drainage is concerned, how is that?
Yeah, with the fact that we've been on such a drought lately, we don't expect the heavy rainfall today to really affect field conditions. Our field drains great. So much work has been put into our field probably since the spring anyway. So we've had great footing all year long. Even if we get, an inch or two today, as the day goes on, we don't expect any field issues. So, and credit to, the people that have been working on our field all year long, done a great job.
And tonight, 7 o'clock, it will be the Leeds Green Wave over from St. Clair County into Childersburg to take on the Childersburg Tigers. That kick is at 7 o'clock. And Coach, before we go this morning, I want to encourage everybody to bring their umbrellas and come on out to the game on a Friday night.
Yeah, bring your umbrellas, bring your poncho, and let's come root the Tigers on.
All right, good luck to Coach Jonathan Beverly and the Childersburg Tigers. He will revisit us again next week for their final game of the year against Anniston. It'll be senior night next week, right?
It'll be senior night next week.
All right, we'll talk with Coach Beverly again this time next week. Rain has stopped, at least for the time being, at John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. We're about 10 minutes or so away from the kickoff, the Donahue Physical Therapy High School game of the week. And Zach, Coach Beverly talking about his team for the year, and they started off with a couple of wins early on in the season, but the wheels kind of came off the wagon, and they just hadn't been able to get it back together. And tonight will be a good time for them to start playing better football.
Yep, they've won. Didn't they win their first 2 games of the season? You know, they started off great. And I thought they were going to be the same team they were last year.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, after them first 2 games, everything just went downhill.
It did, and Leeds in town tonight to take on the Childersburg Tigers. Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. We'll take a break and come back with the Childersburg offensive defensive starting lineups after this.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Looking for a great pre-owned car or truck? Come visit the Collins family at Stop and Shop Auto Sales. Owned and operated by Bobby and Anderson since 1996, and now with the newest member of the team, George Collins. We specialize in quality trucks from Ford and Chevy, and also carry a variety of dependable cars and SUVs. All of our vehicles are professionally serviced and checked for safety and reliability. So come see us today in Sylacauga at 230 West 1st Street, or call 256-249-0322.
Did you know that suicide is the second leading cause of death for ages 10 to 24? It is also one of the leading causes of preventable death in our nation. It is time we all start to talk more about youth suicide and how we can change these statistics. My name is Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama, and I'm working with the Jason Foundation and the AFCA to address this serious national health issue. Visit jasonfoundation.com to learn what you can do to help prevent youth suicide.
The Donahue Physical Therapy High School pregame show continues. We've got the starting offense and defenses for the Childersburg Tigers, and Zach's got that starting with the offensive unit for the Tigers.
Yep, there's quarterback number 15, Cameron Thrash, running back number 11, Xavier Garrett, tight end number 24, Ryan Logan, wide receiver number 3, Dylan Owens, wide receiver number 16, Zay Truss.
All right, let's hold right here and go to the field for the national anthem, and we'll come back and finish it up, okay? Sylacauga Glass presents our national anthem. Sylacauga Glass presenting our national anthem. We're right in the midst of the starting offensive lineup for the Childersburg Tigers. And Zach, let's just start at the top again with Childersburg's quarterback.
Okay, so quarterback number 15, Cameron Thrash, running back number 11, Xavier Garrett, tight end number 24, Ryan Logan, wide receiver number 3, Dylan Owens, wide receiver number 16, Zay Truss, wide receiver number 10, Jay Twyman, left tackle number 50, D'Angelo Morris, left guard number 71, Caleb Swain, at center number 60, Keshawn Reynolds, right guard number 52, Isaac McMillan, and right tackle number 65, Marquette.
That's the starting offensive lineup for the Childersburg Tigers. Tigers trying to get on track tonight after getting beat by Lincoln last week 34-0. And we got the defensive unit for the Childersburg Tigers here tonight at John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. And Zach, who we got on defense for the Tigers?
We have free safety, number 1, Terry Thomas. Strong safety, number 23, Elijah Sims. Cornerback, number 9, Philip Tilley. Cornerback, number 19, Javarius Embry. Linebacker, number 32, Caleb Lawson. Linebacker, number 85, Korean Lawson. Linebacker, number 2, Javian Jones. Linebacker, number 6, Zay Youngblood. Defensive end, number 57, Andrew Chapman. Defensive end, number 4, Cordell Spear. Defensive tackle, number 75, Jalen Cook.
And a lot of these names that we have called tonight have been 4-year lettermen at Childersburg. Terry Thomas for one. You look down the list, Caleb Lawson, Zay Youngblood, Andrew Chapman, Cameron Thrash, Ryan Logan, and these guys have paid the price for this Childersburg football team, and they're playing their next to the final game of their high school career, as next week they will host Anniston. It'll be senior night over in Childersburg next Friday night. Tonight it's the Leeds Green Wave and the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week with Leeds in town, and they're having a difficult year. They just won one game, and as I mentioned at the top, they gave up over 500 yards offense against Hanley last week. But a young man by the name of Jacoby Hunter, he's a great football player, and he racked up a lot of yardage, and he's a big play guy, Zach. He can go north and south very quickly, and so that'll be somebody that Childersburg has to watch tonight defensively. And Childersburg is notorious for slow starts throughout the season. They've had a difficult time getting out of the gate. They need to get started in good fashion tonight. The field is very, very wet, very soggy, and you know, there's probably going to be some loose footballs bouncing around too.
Yep, they'll be slipping and sliding all over the place, and you know, football gets harder once you have the ball and the ground's wet, because the ball gets slippery as well. And here come the team captains for Childersburg. That's Cameron Thrash at number 15, and at number 6, that is
Youngblood.
Youngblood, yes. Number 1, that's Terry Thomas. He's the safety.
And the captains for Leeds includes number 63, that's Walter Oden. Number 56, that is Cameron Vines.
Can't see who the other number is
We'll pick it up hopefully soon. And that is number 21, Tucker Jones, the 3 captains for the Leeds Green Wave. Both these teams struggling this year, and Childersburg trying to get a win here tonight. Leeds will take the football as we begin this football game. We're at John Cox Stadium in Childersburg, the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. We'll be back with the opening kick right after this.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Childersburg Tigers getting set to enter the field through the eye of the tiger. And beautiful football field built about 4 years ago, I think it is now, and John Cox Stadium. And here come the blue-clad Childersburg Tigers. They're led by Philip Tilley, number 9, who hustles out onto the field. Coach Jonathan Beverly in his 4th year at Childersburg High School. He is really a guy that's guided the ship for most of these young men, because a lot of them are 4-year players, and they've been under his watch the entire time. And He wants tonight certainly to get a good deal going for his Childersburg Tigers as they take on the Leeds Greenway tonight from John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. And Zach, it'd be good if Childersburg can get started in a good footing tonight and get some points on the board early.
Yep, they really need to get some early points, you know, get fast out of the gates, because, you know, that Jacoby Hunter, he's going to be coming for them on offense.
Yeah, and we're waiting to see if he's on the kickoff team. he's everything else. Terry Thomas getting set to kick off for Childersburg. John Cox Stadium in Childersburg, week number 9 of the high school football season. Seemed like it just started yesterday, Zach.
Yep.
So Childersburg kicking off to Leeds, and we are set to go from a soggy John Cox Stadium in Childersburg, Alabama. Terry Thomas, who's a senior, he kicks off. And it's a squib kick down the field, and I think whistles had blown before we got going really good. So that's not unusual. So the officials bring it back, and we'll re-kick it. As Childersburg will kick it again with Terry Thomas. Thomas, as we mentioned, is senior. This Childersburg football team, he's a safety as well. We'll try to do it one more time as we get it underway from John Cox Stadium. A lot of water standing on the field. It's a short kick and taken by one of the up men for the Leeds Greenway. And it'll be good field position for the Green Wave, and that was Jacoby Hunter. And he picks it up, and this guy can make it happen, and he's down the sideline in a hurry. All the way to the 32-yard line.
That was number 8, getting him out of bounds. That's Lamar Duncan.
So Leeds with a first down and 10.
And great field position. I don't think the squib kick was a good idea.
Probably not, especially that guy. Omar Conley is the quarterback. He has Hunter behind him, and Hunter's got it off right in. Nice tackle from behind. That's Youngblood. See how muddy it is? And penalty flags are down already, too.
I see that mud puddle right there.
You like to dive into that?
No.
Peppa Pig does.
Well, and you asked everybody about Peppa Pig.
Yeah, 5-yard mark off against Leeds. Back to the 33-yard line.
It's already been a crazy game.
Leeds in Childersburg territory. Conley keeps it himself, and he's tackled at the 30.
That's 23 for the tackle. That's Elijah Sims.
You can already tell those white jerseys are starting to darken up as they hit the ground.
Yep.
At the 30-yard line, the 11:21 to go.
And,
second down and 15.
And the same person who just made that tackle, that's my grandmother's best friend's, I think, grandson.
Okay. Here's the guy we've been telling you about, Jacoby Hunter, and a nice open field tackle.
That's Duncan, Lamar Duncan, his second tackle of the night.
So Childersburg defensively making some sure tackles so far, Zach. Now it's third down and about 12.
Childersburg, they've been doing pretty well so far. The only thing they mess up on is that kick.
So third down.
Run it with the Jacoby again.
Yeah, he's got some running room, but short of the first down.
That's Youngblood.
That'll bring up 4th down now. They ran out of that Wildcat formation then. So it'll be 4th down at about 5 from the 19-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went for it.
Nah, I'm sure they will. If I'm Childersburg, I'm looking for Jacoby Hunter, number 4. As Omar Conley brings the play in, and he will set up a quarterback. And they're in the spread formation, and they got Hunter in the slot. They'll run penalty flags down. It's legal procedure against Leeds, so it'll be 4th and 10. So those little 5-yard penalties are messing the drive up for Leeds.
Yep.
Rain has actually stopped at John Cox Stadium, and we'll pick up later on in the night. Hopefully we can get through this game, though. So 4th and about 6 now. Wildcat, and they throw it, and it's incomplete. Boy, if Childersburg had broken on that ball, they could have intercepted that.
Pretty good coverage by number 32, that's Caleb Lawson.
Justin Pettis, the intended receiver, and Jared Latta was throwing it. So it'll be 1st down for Childersburg now. So good job by the Childersburg defense. And Coach Beverly, he talked about, look, we want to move the chains. We want to get run the football, don't turn it over, and get points on the board.
Yep.
Cameron Thrash, the quarterback. Thrash rolling to throw, sets his feet and throws, and it is incomplete.
Battered away by number 4, that's Cordell Spear.
Trying to get it to Ryan Logan, the split end, and just kind of lofted it up there and gave the defender time to get back over, and he bats it away. So 2nd and 10. So just as we said, we're going to run the football, we throw it first play.
Well, yeah, that just happened.
Mm-hmm. 2nd down and 10. Terry Thomas in the backfield with the quarterback. And Thomas has got it off left end, and he goes nowhere.
That tackle is 63. That would be Walter Oden.
How big is he, Zach?
He is 5'8", 250 pounds,
Whew.
11th grader.
Pretty good size, isn't he?
Yep.
So 3rd down for Childersburg. Possession down for the Tigers and Cameron Thrash. 8:29 to go in the 1st quarter. Thrash looking to throw, pulls it down. He's in trouble and runs away from pressure. Jukes one defender, but he's tackled, and it'll be 4th down.
Tackled by Jacoby Hunter. He's also their running back, and so he's been doing pretty well on defense, more than offense in this game.
Kind of a sluggish start offensively for both teams. Now Childersburg will punt. Thomas is a punter. And if I'm Childersburg, I'm not punting in the county to Jacoby Hunter.
Me neither. Because we both know he can run.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some legs.
4th down. Almost blocked. And the kick is going to be touched by Childersburg up around the 41-yard line. So it'll be a 1st down for the Leeds Greenway from there. You can tell there's not a whole lot of fans in the stands tonight.
Yeah, really. There's a few people, but you see on that right side, there's nobody.
1st down and 10 for Leeds from the 40-yard line. little halfback and the tailback, and that's Jacoby Hunter.
75 and 58 with the tackle. 58 is Isaiah Rogers, and 75 is Jalen Cook.
Pickup of about 3 yards, second down and 7. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter, no score. Come back this way with Hunter, Jacoby Hunter, and he's got running room across the 45.
Tackled by Terry Thomas. And that's a good run by Jacoby Hunter. You see, he's kind of hiding behind his defenders. He's like, y'all get the hits. I'm just doing what I do.
That's a first down at the 42-yard line. It's a Cindy Pennington first down. Childersburg with a 4-man front. Spinning, trying to get a couple of yards is Yelverton, and he's a 5'5", 150-pound sophomore. He didn't get much.
Youngblood with the tackle.
Youngblood, he has played a lot of football at Childersburg.
Yep.
Zay Youngblood, second down. And about 11. Make it second and 9. Off right in is Yelverton again. Not much room there.
That's 22 with the tackle. That's Colin Martin. And 57 getting in there a little bit. That's Andrew Chapman.
So limited gain there, so it'll be third down and long for quarterback Jared Latta. Latta's a big quarterback. He's going to look to throw it. And throws down the field into single coverage and complete.
Good coverage by Lamar Duncan.
Jacob Kane, the intended receiver, so it'll be fourth down. Neither team looking too sharp offensively, are they?
No, but
Yes, sir.
That's what a 3-5 and a 1-7 team does.
So Leeds will punt, try to pin Childersburg deep, maybe create a fumble on the punt or something like that. Kickers away. And it's taking a good bounce. It goes into the end zone. Wow.
Looked like 25 could have stopped that.
Yeah, he didn't see it, I don't think, did he?
He's like, where's the ball?
So it'll be first down for Childersburg at their 20-yard line with 4:54 to go. It was 62 degrees at kickoff, and the rain has subsided. It rained all day today, and probably from about 2 o'clock this morning or so, all the way through the day and afternoon. It's very foggy tonight, and the wet night at John Cox Stadium. 1st and 10 for the Childersburg Tigers and quarterback Cameron Thrash. Thrash loading up to throw, throws it out of the backfield and sliding down and not able to get to the football. So you're going to see that, Zach, on a wet night like tonight.
Yep, and that's Ryan Logan. And, you know, that's what we were talking about, slipping and sliding everywhere. Next thing you know, there's gonna be a huge slip and slide on this field.
2nd and 10.
Ooh.
That's a nice run by the Childersburg Tigers. That's Xavion Garrett.
That's number 19 with the tackle. That's Jacob Kane, but really a great gain there by Garrett. He had a big hole there. And if that guy wouldn't have been there, he would have been off to the races.
Cindy Pennington first down for the Childersburg Tigers. three men to the bottom of the screen, and Thrash throws, and this time it is caught by Ryan Logan.
Again, the tackle by Jacob Kane. That's 2 plays in a row. He's the linebacker.
3:40 to go in the first quarter, no score. Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. We'll be at Legion Stadium next week for the regular season finale. B.B. Comer homecoming game hosting the Fayetteville Wolves. Quarterback keeper with Cameron Thrash.
And that goes nowhere with a tackle by Jacoby Hunter.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and about 2 now for Childersburg. You're going to see the middle of the playing field get more and more torn up as we go through the game. And Leeds jumps offside. You'll take that 5 yards.
Yep.
Give Childersburg the 1st down. Another Cindy Pennington 1st down. Cindy Pennington running for probate judgeship here in Talladega County. At the 46-yard line, 1st and 10, Childersburg after the 5-yard penalty. Thrash keeps it himself. I think he wanted to hand it off to his running back, Garrett, but they got kind of mixed up on it.
Looks like number 19 kind of tripped him up there. And Jacob Kane.
At the 48-yard line. Picked up about 5.
It's a nice, solid game.
Garrett back there with Thrash. And this time Garrett's got it, and not much at all. He'll be short of the 1st down.
Number 3 there with the tackle. That's Justin Hedges.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Childersburg Tigers with under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Tigers trying to get a 1st down here to keep the drive alive at the Leeds 47. And Thrash keeps it himself. He's got the 1st down. And he's still bulling ahead. It'll be a Cindy Pennington 1st down for the Childersburg Tigers.
Number 86 with the tackle for Leeds. Let me see, that is, doesn't have my number.
I think it's 88 on that one. Hard to tell, but I believe it's 88. May not have him either, but I believe it's 88. So they're going to bring this one back, so it really didn't matter. 5-yard mark off against Childersburg.
And you're right, that was 88. I see it now. Hard to tell a 6 from an 8 sometimes when you're looking at football.
Yep. 5-yard mark off to the Childersburg 48. And Childersburg with a timeout now with 1:28 to go in the first quarter. We'll take one as well. John Cox Stadium, Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. A funeral service represents a family's final farewell to their loved ones. Knowing this, we go beyond what is expected to ensure the ceremony is beautiful and memorable, a truly fitting tribute to that special life. We invite you to visit us to meet our staff and tour our renovated facility complete with a new dining area and catering services. We've been serving the people of this area for over 40 years, and we think that you'll be pleased to find that making lasting impressions remains our first priority. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Well, after the Childersburg timeout, 1:28 remaining in the first quarter, and Childersburg has moved the football a little bit on this drive, but they've hurt themselves with that 5-yard mark off. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 now. So Zach, we're going to throw it here, you think?
Well, be a smart decision.
Here's Thrash, who's thrown it around a little bit already here in the first quarter. Got wide receiver to the top and the bottom. He's going to leave it with the running back, Garrett. And Garrett bulls his way to about the 47-yard line.
Took 4 players to get Xavier and Garrett down.
Now bring up 4th down. 4th down and about 2. So Childersburg obviously going to go for it here. 4-man Leeds front. Thrash with the play call. Now then he's going to slow it down a little bit. Turns and gives to the first man and slammed down close to the first down is Xavion Garrett.
Looks like he got it. Justin Pettis with the tackle, and I think he has it. Yes, he does.
35 seconds to go in the first quarter with Cindy Pennington first down for the Childersburg Tigers. Quick moving first quarter. Thrash goes for the home run. Ball just kind of floats it up there and it's going to be intercepted. Not a real good throw then. And it's intercepted by Omar Conley, and Conley's still running across midfield. He's down the sideline, maybe a man to beat, and still running is Conley.
There is a flag on the play. I saw a
probably
flag.
going to come back, and but Conley races to near the goal line, and what a turnaround! As a poor throw from Cameron Thrash. I don't know if the ball slipped out of his hand, if it's a wet football, or he just made a poor throw, one of the two. And now penalty flags are down, but I believe it's going to be Leeds football in any account.
Either a touchdown or at the 1-yard line.
That was a great run back with that interception, too.
Either way, it shows 0-0 in the first quarter.
Well, the quarter can't end on a penalty, so we'll see what happens here. So they're going to bring it back, and we'll see what the referee indicates. You would think it would be against Leeds after the interception. And here's the call by the official. Legal man downfield is declined on Childersburg, and penalty against Leeds as well, so it should be offsetting penalties, I would think. Kind of crazy. I think we can find out a little bit more about it. That's a previous play, of course, and not the interception. And the referee is still not really settled on where we're going to place the football. Here's a ball that kind of slipped out of the hands of the quarterback, and Conley intercepts, and there's a block there, but the penalty flag had already been thrown. But Conley is still running. It actually gets into the end zone for Leeds, but it comes back, and you know, there's double penalties, one on Childersburg for legal man downfield, and then one against Leeds, and we're trying to find out where the officials are going to spot the football. And now they're going to the other end of the field.
This is kind of crazy.
It is. And they spotted it, what, at the 15-yard line? I don't know about that one, but it'll be Leeds football. Am I right?
No. It looks like they're on the wrong side.
Well, I think they've swapped sides. I don't know. It's kind of...
What's happening here?
I don't know, but...
So Leeds has it all the way... This isn't right.
The Leeds was going into the end zone. I don't know what the deal is there.
That really isn't right. It's
Why
unfair.
you come up with that? Here's the skilled running back, Jacoby Hunter. And how in the world that turn is beyond me, and we're already in the second quarter now.
Youngblood with the tackle, but if this game is so crazy, I don't get anything about this.
So there's no points on the board. Leeds ran the interception back.
And they had a touchdown, so I don't know why they have to start all the way back.
Who knows? We'll find out in another world, maybe. I understand there's a legal block in the back, but still.
I don't know why they switched. Like, I don't know why they have to go all the way back.
Well, they switch sides of the switch end of the field at the
that.
quarter, but still.
Yeah, I mean.
It's a different thing for sure. That's why we're here and they're down there, I guess. So 10:52 to go in the first half, no score, ball at the 22-yard line. So Leeds ran the interception back, and it was negated, but you would think it'd still be Leeds football deep in Childersburg territory, and Leeds ended up with it at their own 15.
And that's why people bring popcorn to games.
Yeah, I guess so. Jacoby Hunter on the carry. $10:19 to go in the first half. No score, Childersburg and Leeds.
We thought there was going to be a score, but there isn't.
Leeds are going to punt now. Snap out of there and punt pretty good. And it's going to hit and be touched at about the 45-yard line, so Childersburg will have it 1st and 10 there. As for whatever reason, an apparent touchdown was wiped off on an interception return, and Leeds ended up with it at their own 15-yard line instead of the Childersburg 15. So they punted, and Childersburg's got it. You know, the next game I officiate will be my first one, though. And the next game I coach will be my first one, so I guess that's why we're in here and they're there. 1st and 10 for Childersburg. Inside handoff to Garrett. That's Terry Thomas, excuse me, and Terry doesn't get much at all.
Tackled by number 51. It looks like he was the one who tripped him up. Let me say 51 is C.J. Walton Jr.
So it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Childersburg. 9 minutes to go in the first half. It's a deep I formation for the Tigers. Quarterback keeps it, and he flips it out and is caught by Thomas. Thomas is near the 40-yard line and close to a 1st down.
And he's finally brought down by Brody Goodman.
Funny little pass, and Cindy Pennington 1st down as they move the chains. So the Tigers in Leeds territory again at the 40-yard line.
If nobody scores until...
That's a 10-yard I formation. You don't see that very often.
If nobody scores until the end of the 3rd quarter, I'm going to lose my mind.
Garrett on the carry, and he didn't lose a football, but boy, he took a hit.
And that's 52, I think. It's Tyrone Towns.
No gain on the play.
8 minutes to go in the first half.
Childersburg trying to get something going here against the Leeds Greenway.
Not working, obviously.
Terry Thomas off right in. Picks up 3 or 4 yards.
It's 19 with the tackle. Again, that's Jacob Kane.
Well, the middle of that field is starting to show its wear from all the rain and all the heavy traffic in the middle of the field. A few mud puddles here and there. So 3rd down and about 6 for Childersburg. Thrash goes back to Garrett, and Garrett hits close to the first down. And Childersburg, you're probably going to see Childersburg do this more and more because it's just tough to throw the football.
Hunter, Jacoby Hunter with the tackle.
That's a Cindy Pennington first down at the Leeds 30-yard line. Looks like Childersburg just determined those big linemen up front, they're just going to try to push Leeds around a little bit and get some yardage between the tackles.
That's 7 minutes, about 7 minutes left to go in the first half.
Thrash rolling to throw, looking. Now he's going to pull it down. He's got the 25, he got the 20, got the 15 to the 14-yard line. Cameron Thrash, another Cindy Pennington first down.
And again, the tackle by Jacoby Hunter.
Over at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga, Munford leading Sylacauga at the end of the first quarter, 8-7. The winner of that game goes to the playoffs. The loser is out.
And you don't see Sylacauga get out very much.
No. So that's the first down. Or close to the first down. And whistles blow. And legal procedure against Childersburg.
That just happened. We've had a lot of flags in this game.
Yeah, that'll be a 5-yard mark on.
There should be like a ceremony for this game called the Flag Day.
Well, when you've got conditions like this, a lot of times you see stuff, more flags. Here's Thrash with the 1st and 15. And Garrett on the carry, slips through a couple of tackles and gets a few yards.
52 with the tackle. Let me see, that is Tyrone Towns Jr.
At the 14-yard line. Second down and 10 after a 5-yard gain. They remember they had the 5-yard penalty earlier. The I formation now with Garrett dotting the I. And they go to Garrett off right tackle. And he doesn't get much.
And Childersburg really needs to score before the first half ends.
A little under 5 minutes remaining. Marble City Pharmacy sponsoring the second quarter action of the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. 3rd down and 9 now for Childersburg at the 13-yard line. Long time to get the play in. They may call a timeout here, I'm not sure. And I think that's what they're going to do. They'll run the clock down, and Childersburg will call a timeout with 4:20 to go in the first half. Leeds and Childersburg no score. A big 3rd down and 9 when we come back to John Cox Stadium after this.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Coach Jonathan Beverly with the timeout call and to get his play set that he wants to run here with 4:20 to go in the first half. Childersburg with a 3rd down. We've only had one turnover. That was an interception from Cameron Thrash earlier in the second quarter. Here's Thrash looking. He throws in the corner of the end zone.
Touchdown.
And there's a caught. And let's see if it stands. Terry Thomas with the reception. And it's a nice throw and catch. And you see Thomas run a nice route a corner route, and he just floats it up there, and Thomas has got it for the touchdown, and it's 6-0 Childersburg.
Thank goodness.
Good throw and catch, right?
Thank goodness I don't have to lose my mind.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Well, let's see, Childersburg goes for 2 here.
And
With the wet conditions that they are, I wouldn't be surprised.
they're actually still on the field, and yes, they are going for it.
Terry Thomas in the backfield.
Try to take an 8-0 lead here.
Here's Thrash with a play call. He's going to keep it all the way off left tackle. Tries to get into the end zone. Don't think he made it.
And he did not.
So the 2-point conversion fails with 4:07 to go in the first half. Childersburg 6 and Leeds nothing. This is the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week on WOIL, WOTM, and TV 24 along with the Alabama Cable Network.
WOTM, your new TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Pickens County Tornadoes versus the Gordo Green Wave. Stay with WOTM all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the new home of AHSAA Super 7, live from Jordan Hare.
And we've got all the playoffs for you on WOTM, exclusive television rights, and we're so glad for that and look forward to the playoffs all the way through maybe even into early December when it's all said and done. So Childersburg kicking off, leading by a score of 6-0. And Owens will kick off for the Childersburg Tigers. .407 to go in the first half. Owens approaches, and it's a short kick taken in at the 32-yard line. And that is Conley on the return. Leeds with pretty good field position.
Number 4 with a tackle. Let me see, that is Cordell Spear.
Childersburg 6 and Leeds nothing. Childersburg trying to pick up their 4th win of the season.
Do they have another game after this?
They do. Anniston next week. 49-yard line, Leeds with the first down.
I thought that gave them a chance to make the playoffs. 5 and 5.
Nope. No chance for the playoffs.
Okay.
Jared Latta, the quarterback. Latta looks to throw. He's throwing deep too, and is almost intercepted.
Great coverage by number 8. And let me see. That is Lamar Duncan.
And Duncan is stride for stride with the intended receiver, and it was looking for Conley. So great play defensively by the Childersburg Tigers.
It looked like it could have been an interception because it landed right in his hands.
Wet ball and 48-yard line, 2nd down and 10, 3:48 to go in the half. Childersburg 6 and Leeds nothing. Latta, and he's going to give it away to Jacoby Hunter, and he goes nowhere.
Stopped behind the line of scrimmage by Youngblood.
Youngblood has played an outstanding game in the first half. That'll be 3rd down now and about 15. 3:25 to go in the first half, and Childersburg would like to get the football again and put some more points on the board. 3rd and long for the Leeds Green Wave over in St. Clair County. Latta, the big, strong quarterback, looks to throw. Fires and is caught, but very well short of the first down. Be 4th and 10.
Tackled by 23. Let me see. That's Elijah Sims.
Conley on the reception. It'll be 4th down now, and clock under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Childersburg 6 and Leeds nothing. Leeds coached by Walter Hood. 4th down. And Latta act like that they were going to go for it, but they're running the clock down, and they'll take a timeout with 2:05 and the clock continuing to run. Now they're going to bring the kicking team in. Just trying to draw Childersburg offside. Even if they had, it's still been 4th down because it's 4th and 10. Now that's a mark off against Leeds for delay of game. So it'll be 4th down and a long way to go for Leeds, and Childersburg with 1:55 and the clock running. Good snap, kick out, and it's a booming punt, and boy, Leeds has done a great job kicking the football, and getting away from it very wisely was Lamar Duncan for Childersburg. So what is that, Zach, the 3-yard line?
It looks like it in Childersburg. They're not in so great position.
So it'll be 1st down for Childersburg, 1:40 to go in the first half, leading by a score of 6-0. This is the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. And Coach Jonathan Beverly talking to his team and making sure that they've got everything right here as we go toward halftime. Cameron Thrash, the quarterback. And the ball is spotted at about the 3-yard line. Childersburg doesn't need any mistakes right here. Thrash, it slipped out of his hands, and he gets to about the 5. Boy, they were fortunate then. It was almost a fumble.
It looks like something's happening to the clock. It's been
2-yard gain on the play, 1:20 to go in the half. Second quarter brought to you by Marble City Pharmacy. Thrash hands it away to Garrett. Clock continuing to move. It'll be 3rd down with under a minute to go in the half. Leeds is going to let the clock run. Childersburg going to let it run as well, and probably one more play, and we'll go to halftime.
could just take a QB kneel.
Garrett and Thrash making sure they're on the same page here with a 3rd down and about 6. Thrash going to keep it himself, and he's tackled at the 8-yard line.
Tackled by, we see that's number 3 of Leeds. That's Justin Pettis, and that will take us to the,
I think Leeds called a timeout.
Oh, yeah.
Very wisely, and so they'll get a chance to either block the punt or run the punt back. So pretty smart thinking by Coach Hood and his staff, and Childersburg will kick it away, leading by a score of 6-0. I don't know if the bands are going to be out on the field tonight or not because of the field conditions. We'll see. If they don't come out, you're going to have to perform. You in or out?
Out.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a very good musician.
Yeah.
I'd love to see band players just slipping and sliding everywhere, going boo, 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 boo.
And the rain has started back in Childersburg. We had about maybe an hour and a half window where it had stopped, but it's picked up now. So it's 4th down for the Tigers. And you got to be very careful here. Just want to get the football away, and Terry Thomas usually sure-handed, and they're going to look like they're going to go for it here. Or they're going to try to draw them offside. I don't know what the deal is. 4th down. And
Leeds
jumps offside, look like.
offsides. That's number 25 of Leeds.
That's amazing.
Cameron Dunklin.
That was a 4th down and 4.
And you just did that.
And he gives them a 1st down. And Leeds had just called a timeout. to set up everything, and they still jump offside.
Didn't really matter though.
No. At the 14-yard line, 1st and 10 Childersburg. Maybe one more play to go. Childersburg with a 6-0 lead. And quarterback Cameron Thrash getting the play from the sideline. We should have one more play. They're going to have to hurry. The play clock is down. And Garrett with the handoff, and that should end the first half with Childersburg leading the Leeds Greenway by a score of 6-0. And now then there's a
tackle by number 11.
Oh, they stopped the clock, and now Childersburg has called a timeout. Wow.
You don't want to get some rest?
And I guess Childersburg says, hey, we're going to get as many plays as we possibly can. So Coach Beverly calls a timeout with 8 seconds remaining. The ball is at the 20-yard line, so they got to go 80.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Hail Mary for a touchdown before the half ends.
Looks like you'll have to do something like that. I'm kind of surprised that they just didn't run the clock out, but they didn't.
Or run it and Leeds gets a safety.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week on WOIL, WOTM, the Alabama Cable Network, and TV 24. We're at John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. The rain has picked up again, but the field has held up better than I thought it would. 2nd down and about 4.
And the players have held up better than I thought.
Here is Thrash, and he's going to run a little reverse. Terry Thomas.
Oh, and he's got some
Terry Thomas
running
has got some room. 35-40, 45, 48-yard line as the first half comes to a close. At John Cox Stadium in Childersburg, we head to halftime. Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. Childersburg with the lead over the Leeds Greenway by a score of 6-0. Back at John Cox after this.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Looking for a great pre-owned car or truck? Come visit the Collins family at Stop & Shop Auto Sales. Owned and operated by Bobby and Anderson since 1996, and now with the newest member of the team, George Collins. We specialize in quality trucks from Ford and Chevy, and also carry a variety of dependable cars and SUVs. All of our vehicles are professionally serviced and checked for safety and reliability. So come see us today in Sylacauga at 230 West 1st Street, or call 256-249-0322.
Did you know that suicide is the 2nd leading cause of death for ages 10 to 24? It is also one of the leading causes of preventable death in our nation. It is time we all start to talk more about youth suicide and how we can change these statistics. My name is Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama, and I'm working with the Jason Foundation and the AFCA to address this serious national health issue. Visit jasonfoundation.com to learn what you can do to help prevent youth suicide.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Halftime at John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. Childersburg leading by a score of 6-0. And Zach, is a typical first half with the weather as it is, and Childersburg with that lead, and they made it hold up so far.
Yep, they scored 6, couldn't get the 2-point conversion, but they're at least up by 6.
That's right. Hey, Lori Darling's down in Fayetteville, Alabama, one of our great sponsors of high school football. And you talk about great eating. Now, you got the big game tomorrow, Auburn and LSU. That kicks at 2:30. And then you got Alabama in their homecoming game against Arkansas tomorrow night. That's at 6. So that means an all-day eating affair. And to help you get the food and stuff for your family and friends is going to be packing in your house, Lori Darlings can help you, whether it's barbecue, whether it's fish, or maybe you want hamburgers, whatever it is. Lori Darlings has it. Barbecue pork, barbecue ribs, barbecue chicken. As a matter of fact, you can smell our butts for miles at Lori Darlings in the heart of Fayetteville, Alabama. You can call 256-267-9169. That's 256-267-9169 to place your order for the football games tomorrow. Good friends of ours, Lori Darlings in Fayetteville, Alabama. We had some football games played last night. An exciting game down at Farm Leaks Field in Fayetteville. Fayetteville and Vincent, the winner advances to the playoffs. The loser, not so much. Fayetteville's going into the game was 5-3, and they're trying to make it 6-3 and trying to get that win for the playoffs. It'd be the second time this decade for the Wolves if they could get that win last night. Let's take a look.
Plenty of Week 9 games were moved to Thursday night this week across the state, including a Class 2A Region 4 matchup between the Fayetteville Wolves and the Vincent Yellow Jackets. It's senior night here in Fayetteville. This is Vincent's LaDante McGregor taking the very short pass and getting a big gain around left end. Nice spin move before he's taken down. McGregor would go on to put Vincent on the board. First with a rushing touchdown to the right. The extra point would be no good. The Wolves would answer right back with a touchdown run up the middle by fullback Seth Limbaugh. To the third quarter with a 7-6 score we go, and quarterback Pacey DeLoach is picked off by Treston Smith, but a blindside block would call back a great return that would go all the way for a touchdown. This flag could spell doom for the Vincent Yellow Jackets in such a low-scoring affair. But the Yellow Jackets would continue to sting Fayetteville on the ground, with quarterback William Harris keeping the ball and heading right for a huge pickup. That would set up big old number 20, Ryan Culvert, to punch in the go-ahead score. Vincent now leads 12-7 on senior night. With its season on the line, Fayetteville would need a huge play. Delivering that is senior Blake Matchin, who blocks the Vincent punt, scoops it up himself, and hustles 50 yards before diving in the end zone to put the Wolves back on top. This is a huge victory as the de facto play-in game for the playoffs goes to Fayetteville 14-12. Fayetteville makes the playoffs for the third time in its history. Here's Coach John Limbaugh after the game.
Our team fought every down tonight. It was an amazing thing. I'm so proud of Coach Reed and my defense. Gosh, they played a great game tonight. And on offense, we couldn't get anything going. We were having a tough time. Our backs were against the wall. And then our senior, Blake Manchin, makes the play of the game. He picks up that ball and runs in the end zone, and it's just great. This is what high school football is all about, and we're going to the playoffs.
Reporting for WOIL TV 47, Michael Giddens.
And Fayetteville will play Luverne on the road for round 1 of the playoffs in 2 weeks. Next week, the Wolves come to Sylacauga to take on the B.B. Comer Tigers. It'll be B.B. Comer's homecoming. B.B. Comer, meantime, beat Weaver 68-13, I think it was last night. And other matchups tonight, Talladega in the hunt for a playoff spot. Looked like maybe a number 2 seed for Talladega. They're on the road, a big game tonight against Hanley. Sylacauga, meantime, last report we had, the Aggies were trailing Munford in the second quarter over at Legion Stadium. Hey, the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week here on WOIL and WOTM, the Alabama Cable Network, and TV 24. We're glad to be with you tonight as we're in Week 9 of the high school football season. And Zach Childersburg leading by a score of 6-0. And in the second half, Childersburg tried to get more points at the end of the first half, but they're going to have to protect the football in the second half against Leeds.
Yeah, because they got the 6. They had a chance to score again, but they just decided, I mean, like, let's just wait.
Yeah. 6-0 Childersburg over Leeds. Another game we did last night over in Fairfield. Fairfield hosting Briarwood, and Briarwood, one of the top teams in Class 4A. We've got highlights of that game as well.
Always good to see good sportsmanship after any high school athletic event, and you're seeing that tonight.
Well, you really do, and I mean that picture tells you a lot about what high school sports are supposed to be about, and really what athletics are supposed to be about at every level. And it's just really good to see that. Pretty special.
28-18, Briarwood over Fairfield, and it was a tale of turnovers for Fairfield.
Well, it really was, and I really think that's going to, that really is the story now. I think a really good effort as we look at the turnovers here first, and I think that's a big story in this game. But that's not the only story. I really believe that that Fairfield could be very proud of their effort. I think the effort they had, as we see the touchdown pass to Perry, the effort that they had and the outstanding play of Malachi Bennett kept them in this game. But at the end, the turnovers and just a really good Briarwood football team were just a little too much for them. And there's a score right before the half to Bennett that made this a 14-12 game. Very, very competitive football game in the second half. Kind of back and forth. This guy,
Rebels.
I can't remember his name. He didn't play much in this game. Our player of the game sets one up, and then the pass right there for the score to put Briarwood ahead, and they never really looked back after this. Although Fairfield will make a run, big sack right there that's going to set up yet another score. As we said, in the end, the turnovers and a good Briarwood team were just a little bit too much, although this right here will set up a score to make it 28-18. There's a touchdown by the good young Fairfield quarterback.
Briarwood over Fairfield tonight, and that propels Briarwood further up the list.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs. I really don't know. It's a three-way tie going into this tonight. Certainly Briarwood did their part. They'll have to wait to see how it all shakes out. But they're going to be in the playoffs, and in 2 weeks they'll start the march towards, who knows, maybe another state championship.
You talk about our most valuable player, Luke Rebels, and he's a consummate football player, and he did everything right tonight. Didn't have any turnovers, runs north and south, and it does a lot of good things.
Yeah, he really did. He had quite a night. But and I'm not slighting him at all. He was really, really a very deserving player of the game. But we saw a lot of good football players tonight. I mean, we saw maybe the best offensive lineman in the state of Alabama. Saw a great receiver, great quarterback play. It was a good high school football game.
All right, Coach, appreciate you being with us tonight.
Let
me work, will you?
I enjoyed it.
Next week, don't forget to join us for more high school football, Pickens County and Gordo, 7 o'clock on WOTM. The Alabama High School Athletic Association Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations on WOTM. Your final again, Briarwood 28, Fairfield 18. Have a good evening, everybody.
Update from Legion Stadium near the end of the first half. Sylacauga leading Munford by a score of 9-8. It looks like Sylacauga got a safety late in the first half. B.B. Comer, meantime, B.B. Comer was a winner last night. Pleasant Valley lost to Randolph County, so Randolph County in the playoffs in that tough region in Class 3A. B.B. Comer still got some work to do, needs a little help too, so B.B. Comer will need to beat Fayetteville. And Pleasant Valley next week plays a team that is a 3A team, and I'm trying to think of who it is, but they're unbeaten, so we'll see what happens there. B.B. Comer really having a good season under Coach Adam Fawcett. A lot of excitement over there. It's homecoming for them next Friday night against the Fayetteville Wolves. Here in Childersburg, John Cox Stadium, the Tigers over Leeds by a score of 6-0. Stop and Shop Auto Sales, Bobby and Anderson College in Sylacauga. If you're looking for a previously owned used vehicle that has been gone over with a fine-tooth comb, it is Stop and Shop Auto Sales in Sylacauga, Anderson and Bobby College. Right there on West 1st Street in Sylacauga. Tell Anderson and Bobby we sent you by from high school football. Stop and Shop Auto Sales. The Collins family goes back forever in the automobile business here in Sylacauga. Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. Donahue Physical Therapy, that's Ben and all the folks at Donahue Physical Therapy. And so many physicians are sending their patients to Donahue Physical Therapy because they know how these men and women take care of the patients. And they do a fantastic job. And we highly recommend them to you. And I've known Ben for a long time, and they're so gracious to be our corporate sponsor of high school football, Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. We'll get a timeout and be back with second half action. Childersburg and Leeds, the Tigers leading by a score of 6-0.
A funeral service represents a family's final farewell to their loved ones. Knowing this, we go beyond what is expected to ensure the ceremony is beautiful and memorable, a truly fitting tribute to that special life. We invite you to visit us to meet our staff and tour our renovated facility complete with a new dining area and catering services. We've been serving the people of this area for over 40 years, and we think that you'll be pleased to find that making lasting impressions remains our first priority. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
WOTM, your new TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Pickens County Tornadoes versus the Gordo Green Wave. Stay with WOTM all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the new home of AHSAA Super 7, live from Jordan-Hare.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Looking for a great pre-owned car or truck? Come visit the Collins family at Stop and Shop Auto Sales. Owned and operated by Bobby and Anderson since 1996, and now with the newest member of the team, George Collins. We specialize in quality trucks from Ford and Chevy, and also carry a variety of dependable cars and SUVs. All of our vehicles are professionally serviced and checked for safety and reliability. So come see us today in Sylacauga at 230 West 1st Street, or call 256-249-0322.
Jim and Dale and Zach back with you, moments away from the start of the second half. And Zach, Childersburg should get the football to begin the third quarter, so we'll see what they can do with it, leading 6-0.
Yep, they got a chance to score before the half end, but they wanted to wait for the second half.
Maybe so.
So they get the ball back, and hopefully they'll get a good return and make this a football game again.
All right, we've got a couple of replays that we can show you from first half action by the Greater Coosa Valley Area Chamber of Commerce. Here's a touchdown throw and catch, Zach.
Yay.
Terry Thomas with the reception, and the lone score of the night, and Cameron Thrash to Terry Thomas, and a senior to senior. The way to go.
Yep, and that was only one highlight.
Yep.
So
only scoring highlight, that is for sure. 6-0. Childersburg over Leeds. Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga. That's Jared and Jacob and all our friends over at Marble City Pharmacy. And it is flu season. And if you've not had your flu shot, Now, we recommend that you get that flu shot, and you can get it a lot of places, but we recommend to you Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga. And Jared and Jacob Johnston, of course, they host Health Monday here on Daybreak, and we've known these guys a long time, and big corporate partners with us and a lot of events that we take part in, and Marble City Pharmacy here in Sylacauga on West Fort Williams. Childersburg with a 6-0 lead over the Leeds Green Wave, and Leeds, and I still hadn't figured out about the interception that turned out not to be an interception.
I know, but he made the perfect interception.
Yeah.
He ran it all the way back, got a touchdown, but then...
It wasn't a touchdown.
But then they made him have to go all the way back. And again...
Go figure that one.
Again, that's why people bring popcorn to football games.
I guess. Well,
so they can enjoy it.
Yeah, popcorn get wet tonight out there.
At least they can enjoy something.
Yeah, there you go. Childersburg leading by a score of 6-0, and we're trying to keep you updated on the other happenings from around the area. Getting back to that Sylacauga game, Sylacauga apparently blocked a punt out of the back of the end zone for a safety, and the Aggies leading Munford in a critical game 9-8 as they head toward halftime at Legion Stadium in Sylacauga. Now, last night, Clay Central beat Centerpoint, and so if Sylacauga wins this game tonight, they'll be a 3rd seed in the region playoffs. That means they'll travel the first week, and looks like they might be going to Alexandria should they win tonight. And but there's a chance Sylacauga will host a 2nd round matchup, which they hadn't done in a long time. So still a lot of football to be played. Still a lot of football to be played here in Childersburg. Neither Leeds nor Childersburg making any noise as far as the playoffs is concerned, but they're kind of playing out the string, working hard, and trying to end their season on an up note. 2 more games to go. This is week 9 of the high school football season, and we've got second half action of Childersburg and Leeds coming up next on the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week.
Did you know that suicide is the 2nd leading cause of death for ages 10 to 24? It is also one of the leading causes of preventable death in our nation. It is time we all start to talk more about youth suicide and how we can change these statistics. My name is Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama, and I'm working with the Jason Foundation and the AFCA to address this serious national health issue. Visit jasonfoundation.com to learn what you can do to help prevent youth suicide.
We're just moments away from the start of the second half with Leeds kicking off to Childersburg, and the Tigers leading by a score of 6-0. And Zach, more than anything else, we're probably going to see Childersburg running the football more and more as they run between the tackle. Did a pretty good job in the first half against Leeds defense. And they got to keep an eye on Jacoby Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter, he's been doing pretty well in this game.
Yeah, he sure has, and he's a hiccup away from breaking a long play anytime. And you see some of the Leeds fans that made the trip over to Childersburg, and we're about to get set to go as the rain jackets are out. The rain continuing to fall. The cheerleaders.
Well, it looks like a little bit of band is up there.
Yeah.
To kind of entertain the crowd.
Yeah, if they don't get out on the field on a soggy night like this. So the second half is about to get started, and they've reset the clock, and there's still 2 minutes and 20 seconds before we begin the third quarter. And we again want to remind you of our sponsors, and also mention to you tonight one of our sponsors, Curtis & Son Funeral Home, been a corporate sponsor for years. Locations in Sylacauga and Childersburg, been there for families for a long time. And so we appreciate Curtis & Son sponsoring high school football as well. And not just high school football is going on, it's volleyball. Zach, you like volleyball?
No.
No. Well, a lot of girls are playing volleyball now.
My cousin Neely, she played volleyball, and her team only won one game.
Oh, yeah? Well, Sylacauga was in the playoffs, and so I think Fayette was in the playoffs as well. And so volleyball is a sport that a lot of people keep up with too, and it's time for the regional tournaments for girls volleyball. And we wish all the teams well as they continue their pursuit of a state championship. Jonathan Beverly, the Childersburg Tigers, getting some final instructions for his football team as we get to set to go to work in the third quarter with Childersburg leading 6-0. And you know, Zach, Jonathan Beverly has tried 6 onside kicks this year. His Childersburg team, they onside kicked 6 times this year. They've recovered 5 of them. That's a pretty good percentage, isn't it?
What?
Yep.
Didn't they have an onside kick today?
Well,
they had a squib.
Well, a squib kick, but onside kick, they've done 6 of those and recovered 5 of them.
That's
a great percentage.
Superstar percentage.
Yeah.
And Childersburg doing that.
Oh, yeah.
And the better teams than them can't even do it.
All right, Leeds will kick off, trailing by a score of 6-0. As we get set for third quarter action from John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. Neither band performed at halftime due to the inclement weather and didn't want to tear the field up even more. So we're set for third quarter action from John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. Donahue Physical Therapy High School game of the week. And let's see if Childersburg can get something going, make some noise here in the second half. Kick down the field, caught over the shoulder, and running straight down the field. A nice run back for the Childersburg Tigers. And Zach, they need that to get going here in the second half as Zay Youngblood on the return.
Yeah, and that's number 4, Jacoby Hunter with the tackle.
Jacoby Hunter doing a lot of things for Leeds. State Representative Ron Johnson, District 33, sponsor of our third quarter action. Ron's been our District 33 representative since 1979. It'll be first down for the Childersburg Tigers, leading by a score of 6-0. Tigers with 1 touchdown in the half, and they made it stand up so far, and here they come to the sideline. That didn't take long.
Like, guys, if I tell you something.
Timeout with 9 seconds gone.
And the coach is already clapping.
Yeah, I don't know why they call a timeout. Obviously, they weren't ready with the play or whatever, but.
Can we get another halftime?
Terry Thomas is checking out of the game, and they're bringing, I think they're going to bring Owens in. So, kind of a sluggish start to the third quarter at John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. So the Childersburg Tigers will send Dylan Owens, the junior, out. And he will slot to the bottom of the screen. First down for the Tigers. And running with it is Garrett, and Garrett's got the 40 midfield before he's tackled out of bounds.
And that looks like sidewalk. It looks like one of the players slipped on the sidewalk.
Got some padding out there.
Oh.
Good run.
But you see, he slid into him. Like, whee!
Yep. Got some plastic laid out there. So it'll be a first down, a Cindy Pennington first down at midfield for the Tigers. Quarterback keeper with Thrash, and Thrash has got 5 more yards.
Tackled by 88. You see, that is
pick up a 5.
Don't show them on my paper.
Second down. Thrash a long count. Thrash rolling to the right. Looking, and he's going to be sacked, and been better served if he'd have just thrown that one away.
Sacked by number 52. That's Tyrone Towns Jr.
Andrew Chapman couldn't stay on the block long enough to give Thrash more time, and Thrash is knocked down.
And number 5, that quarterback, he's fired up.
At the 49-yard line. Third down and 11. Childersburg sends Embry to the top of the screen. And they're going to keep it on the ground with Garrett. Garrett turns a corner, and he's butted down at the 43-yard line.
He kind of outran number 19.
Another penalty flag down, too.
See, this is going to be on it. Looks like it's going to be on Leeds.
Looks like it. Oh, a horse collar. Wow. Don't see that very often. That's 15 yards. Got to watch where you're getting his hands up around that headgear. So that is a major distance penalty.
That'll hurt him.
Mm-hmm. They're still marching it off inside the 35 to about the 30-yard line. So penalty-driven first down. 10:02 to go in the third quarter. 6-0 Childersburg. Cameron Thrash. He goes right back to Garrett. Garrett's got 5, 6, 7 yards.
Tackle by, let me see, that looks like 50. It is 52. And that is, again, Tyrone Towns Jr. He's had a bunch of tackles in this game.
Second down and a couple of yards for Childersburg. Taking a lot of time to get the play in. They want that clock running. 9:20 to go in the third quarter. Childersburg 6 and leads 0. Logan to the top of the screen. And quarterback keeper. And not a whole lot. He falls forward for a couple of 3 yards. That's Cameron Thrash.
Tackle by Jacob Kane. He's a 5'9", 145 11th grader.
Third down at about a yard for Childersburg. Deep in Leeds territory, just outside the red zone at the 21-yard line. Childersburg Tigers trying to get their 4th win of the season. Inside handoff, first down and more. Inside the 15 to the 13-yard line goes Xavion Garrett.
Tackle by Jacoby Hunter.
The offensive line, D'Angelo Morris and Caleb Swain and Keyshawn Reynolds and Isaac McMillan and Swain. They're opening up some holes for the running backs now.
That's a Cindy Pennington first down.
Mm-hmm. First down at the 12-yard line. Keyshawn Reynolds up over the football, number 60. Rolling right is Thrash. He looks, he flows, and is caught near the end zone. And with the reception is Jaden Twyman.
Knocked out of bounds by number 19 and 9. 19 is Jacob Kane, and 9 is Raintrius Yelverton.
Twyman just jump ball and goes up and gets it about the 1-yard line.
And I would, at this moment, I'd suggest maybe a halfback dive or something.
Second and goal, and there they go with a back off of left tackle, and he didn't get there.
It looked like he dove the wrong way. That's Hunter with the tackle, Jacoby Hunter.
He's done a great job tonight, Jacoby Hunter has.
He's done a pretty good job on offense and a very good job on defense.
So inside the 2-yard line is second down, or make it third down now, and a yard.
I suggest the same play, but, you know, dive the right way this time.
They don't go by our suggestions most of the time, though.
Sometimes they do.
Ryan Logan is a fullback, and they try to push the pile forward, and the officials nodding their head. It is a touchdown for the Childersburg Tigers, and the quarterback keeper with Cameron Thrash.
Well, it's kind of my play, but
They just push the pile forward.
tackled into the end zone by
12-0. Childersburg with the lead, and they needed Zach that touchdown to start the second half.
I can see them going for 2.
They're going to do it right here.
Yep, Thrash is still on the field, and they're going to do it again.
Maybe they'll do better this time than they did the first time.
Hopefully.
Got Garrett back there with Thrash. Thrash keeps it himself, and he's not going to make it again.
Well, nope.
Well, he keeps pulling his way, but he's short.
He's
6:36 to go in the third quarter, with Childersburg leading Leeds by a score of 12-0. This is the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
So Childersburg with an opening drive, and that penalty really helped their cause, that horse collar penalty, and added 15 yards on to a play, and it's 12-0 now Childersburg.
And number 6 is doing a little exercises there. Not sure what you call that. Not sure what you call that. But
Can you do that?
yeah, I can do it.
All right.
I did that just before we came to the game.
Dylan Owens kicks off, a little squib kick, and falling on it.
Now they're 5 of 7 for the year.
Yeah. Not exactly an onside kick, but
Kind of a.
Jones recovers for Leeds, and Greenway will have it first down and 10. Trailing 12-0, they'll be at the at their own 46-yard line, so good field position for the Greenway. They went with Jared Latta, the freshman quarterback, most of the way in the first half, and he back there again with Jacoby Hunter. At the 46-yard line, 6.5 to go in the third quarter. Latta throws, is caught by Omar Conley across midfield.
And it looked like number 8 got on there a little. That's Keenan, the Marion.
That's Duncan.
Yeah.
So pick up a 5, second down and 5. Second and 5. Here is Latta. First man through, that is Hunter, and he's off to the races. Finally taken down from behind inside the 10-yard line. Terry Thomas on the tackle for Childersburg. And Jacoby Hunter, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
Looked like he was almost gone, taken down at about the 10-yard line, maybe 9 or 8-yard line.
And again, they go for a touchdown. Whoa, that didn't take long. Jacoby Hunter from 10 yards out. So just like that, it's 12-6.
And this is a football game again.
Boy, what a big hole. You could run through that.
Well,
So what, 3 plays and a touchdown?
I think so. So, too tired to do the math.
12-6. As Leeds goes for the extra point, high snap. Kick is up.
And kick is good.
So with 5:55 to go in the third quarter, Childersburg clinging to a 12-7 lead over the green wave of Leeds. We're back to John Cox Stadium after this.
A funeral service represents a family's final farewell to their loved ones. Knowing this, we go beyond what is expected to ensure the ceremony is beautiful and memorable, a truly fitting tribute to that special life. We invite you to visit us to meet our staff and tour our renovated facility complete with a new dining area and catering services. We've been serving the people of this area for over 40 years, and we think that you'll be pleased to find that making lasting impressions remains our first priority. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.
Back at John Cox Stadium in Childersburg, the Tigers lead Leeds by a score of 12-7 with 5:55 to go in the third quarter. State Representative Ron Johnson, District 33, bringing you third quarter action of the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. And Leeds with fresh energy now after that quick touchdown. And now they will kick off to the Childersburg Tigers. .5:55 to go in the third quarter. Line drive, it hits one of the Childersburg players, and fortunately for the Tigers, they get on it. And recovering for Childersburg is Cordell Spear, and I think it hit Ryan Logan initially, and Spear alertly falls on it. So Childersburg with good field position at their 43-yard line, leading by a score of 12-7. And Childersburg's got to continue to move the football and protect the football with 5:48 to go in the third quarter. The Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week on WOIL, WOTM, the Alabama Cable Network, and TV 24. Here's Thrash. Thrash hands it away to Garrett. Garrett running laterally and breaks the tackle across midfield before he steps out of bounds. Good hard running by Xavion Garrett. He broke out of the tackle of Jacoby Hunter, and Hunter don't miss many of those. So at the 49-yard line, a pickup of about 6, second down and 4. Garrett, Thrash is a 5'11", 190-pound senior. Nice little skip and run by Garrett. Garrett should have the first down. Garrett is 5'8", 155-pound junior. The officials are checking. They may measure this one. Nope, they say it is indeed a first down. The Cindy Pennington first down for the Childersburg Tigers. So the drive continues at the Leeds 47-yard line. Childersburg 12, Leeds 7. And Leeds jumps offside. They just anticipated the count and misanticipated. And number 52 jumped a little earlier. That is Tyrone Towns Jr. For a 5-yard mark off. It'll be first down and 5 for Childersburg now. Garrett continues to hammer in the middle and kind of got in that mud pile right there. Pickup of 2 or 3 yards. Maybe a yard short of the first down. Second down and a yard and a half. 4:40 to go in the third quarter of this game.
John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. Childersburg 12, Leeds 7. Thrash, and he keeps it himself and slides off left in and tackle from behind. He lost yardage on that play, and Jacob Kane pulls him down. So now then it's 3rd down and about 5, maybe 6 yards to go now. The rain continues to fall lightly at John Cox Stadium. Thrash sets Garrett beside him. And off right in is Garrett. And Garrett is tackled short of the 1st down. And you can see the spring in the step of the Leeds Green Wave as they scored a touchdown on their last possession. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 for Childersburg at the 43-yard line. And let's see what Childersburg does here. .315 to go. It is 4th down and 5. And apparently they're going to go for it. And Thrash rolling this way to throw. Squares and throws, and it is tipped away. Incomplete. Good defensive job by Brody Goodman to bat it away. And the intended receiver was Jaden Twyman. So you look at the replay, and it's just good defense as Thrash couldn't quite get his shoulders turned, and nice defensive effort by Brody Goodman. So turn it over on downs, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Leeds Green Wave at the 43-yard line, trailing only 12-7 with 3:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. Latta keeps it himself. No, it's not Latta. That is Jacoby Hunter. Actually, it's Omar Conley. Their numbers kind of clouded from the mud, but Hunter picks up 9 yards. Excuse me, Conley picks up 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down and a yard for Leeds. Conley goes to the top of the screen on the 2nd and short for Jared Latta. Jacoby Hunter's got the 1st down, and he's all the way to the 41-yard line, and a Cindy Pennington 1st down. And you can see Leeds beginning to find their stride, and Childersburg beginning to waver just a little bit, and that's what happened last week against Lincoln. Childersburg just got really tired in the 2nd half and couldn't hold up. And here comes Leeds with a 1st down from the Childersburg 41-yard line. I formation. And a good job defensively by the Tigers that time as Zay Youngblood tackles Jacoby Hunter. Not much gain on that at all. Minute 40 to go, 3rd quarter. Childersburg 12. They got a face mask called on Childersburg, however, and so that's going to be a plus for the Green Wave. And I don't know if it's inadvertent. Let's see what they're going to do. It's going to be a 15-yarder. Wow, all the way to the 25-yard line. So major distance penalty. 1st down for Leeds now. Childersburg led it 12-0. Leeds with a quick strike for points. They hold Childersburg, and they got it again deep in Childersburg territory. Trying to get the chains situated along the far sideline. Looks like they got an issue with the chain itself. Now we're ready to go. Minute 28 to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st down and 10 for Leeds at the Childersburg 25-yard line. Jared Latta, the freshman, looks throws, and he threw behind the intended receiver, and incomplete. And Childersburg gets some pressure off the left side and caused Latta to adjust his throw. So it's 2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 65 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. John Cox Stadium in Childersburg, Alabama. Off left end is Jacoby Hunter, and he's got some running room and tackle from behind. Great open field tackle from behind by Zay Youngblood again. Zay had a fantastic football game tonight. He's trying to pump his teammates up, but it's a 3rd down and a yard from the 17-yard line with under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. I tell you, let these teams hang around like this, and it often comes back to bite you. And Leeds is on the march now with a 3rd and short. Up the middle, 1st down and more, spinning away inside the 10 to the 7-yard line goes Jacoby Hunter. He's got great speed, great balance, and it's a 1st and goal for the Green Wave. Another Cindy Pennington 1st down with 22 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. The clock moving now. Back it goes, and diving near the end zone. It is a, looks like a touchdown. It is a touchdown for Jacoby Hunter, and he just gets behind those big guys and gets a seam there and runs in from 7 yards out. Jacoby Hunter with a touchdown, and Leeds takes the lead, 13-12. And there's a penalty flag down, it looks like. And let's see what the call is. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Childersburg, and you can see Childersburg beginning to have some struggles a little bit within themselves. And unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is called, and another flag is thrown in here now. And let's see what this one is. Wow. 85 for Childersburg, I think, was a culprit. Unsportsmanlike conduct, the player's ejected. So Childersburg has a player ejected from the game. So you give the touchdown and then the point after, and then you're going to have a 15-yard penalty marked off on the kickoff. I think that's Lawson that has been tossed from the game, number 85. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't pleasant. And it went to the extent that another penalty flag was thrown, and Lawson removed from the game. So it's 13-12, Leeds over Childersburg with a point after to follow. Placed down, and it's a bad snap, and penalty flags are down. Legal procedure against Leeds. Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week from John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. Childersburg led 6-0 at halftime, added another score to go up 12-0, but Leeds has stormed back with help from Childersburg and leads it by a score of 13-12 with a point after. High snap, place up, kick is in the air, and the kick is good. So with 3.5 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, it's Leeds 14, Childersburg 12. Back to John Cox Stadium after this.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by and see us today. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
So Childersburg with an ejection of a player, double penalty on Childersburg, and Leeds has found their stride. They're excited. They've only won one game this year, but you can see how their intensity is picked up, their excitement is picked up, and Childersburg just the opposite. Childersburg seems to be in a downward spiral here in the third quarter, and trail by a score of 14-12. And Coach Jonathan Beverly talked about last week. He talked about the game against Lincoln, where Childersburg only trailed 7-0 at halftime. Actually had an opportunity in the third quarter, but couldn't hold up. And they lost that game 34-0, and just got tired and got kind of sloppy. And here we are in the third quarter, and you see the lead sideline. These guys are excited. And, you know, Childersburg got to turn the momentum around, and they're going to get a chance to do that. They'll get the football, and I think there's going to be that 15-yard penalty is imposed on the kickoff. Sylacauga leading Munford by a score of 16-8. The Aggies looking more and more like they're going to make the playoffs and be a third seed. So good job by Coach Matt Griffith in his 15th year over at Sylacauga. And Leeds kicking off from the 30-yard line. They do the onside kick. It's on the ground, and let's see who's got it. Let's see. Childersburg has it. Fortunately for the Tigers, as Leeds went for the onside kick after the 15-yard penalty, Caleb Lawson recovers for Childersburg, and that's the end of the third quarter. A lot of scoring in the third quarter. Leeds on top of Childersburg 14-12. The Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week on WOIL, WOTM, the Alabama Cable Network, and TV 24.
WOTM, your new TV home for high school sports in Alabama. This Thursday on WOTM, catch the AHSAA High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Ox Foundations. This week's matchup will feature the Pickens County Tornadoes versus the Gordo Green Wave. Stay with WOTM all 4 weeks of the playoffs. WOTM, the new home of AHSAA Super 7, live from Jordan-Hare.
Don't crack under the pressure of foundation issues. The certified specialists at Ox Foundation Solutions can permanently fix foundation problems at the best price guaranteed. And did you know, moisture and unsafe air from your crawl space can infiltrate your home, causing health hazards and high utility bills? Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
Be interesting to see how Childersburg responds. They're back deep in their own territory at the 10-yard line, trailing 14-12 as we begin play in the fourth quarter. Cameron Thrash, senior quarterback, see if he can spark this team as Garrett on the run, and nice run by Garrett to get Childersburg out of a little hole there. Garrett with an excellent run. And he gets out over the, hard to see the markers now. He's at the 18-yard line, pickup of 8. So good run by Xavion Garrett. And Childersburg's got to settle themselves a little bit now. They got kind of out of sync a bit. Let's see if they can recover here in the fourth quarter. Trailing 14-12. Garrett has done a lot of work running the football, and he's got it again. Garrett turns, and he's got the first down at the 22. You can see the sod kick up from the ground as he made his cut. It looks like he's got the Cindy Pennington first down at the 22-yard line. So Childersburg trailing by 2 points, 14-12. First down and 10 at their own 22. Plenty of time to go here in the fourth quarter. It's just a steady diet of Xavion Garrett, and he picks up 2 or 3 yards there. And defensively, Omar Conley on the tackle for Leeds. Pickup of 1.5 yards, second down. Xavion Garrett's got to be tired. He's carried the football a lot of times and hasn't fumbled. Thrash has thrown 1 interception. And he looks to throw again. Fires us off the hands of the intended receiver and intercepted down the sideline for an easy or close to a touchdown. And interception made by Jacob Kane. And I think there's a penalty flag down, I believe. But it went off the intended receiver's hands. Kane intercepts and runs it to the 3-yard line. And let's see if there is a penalty. Maybe there wasn't. He was trying to get it to the tight end. That's Ryan Logan. And Kane with the interception, and Thrash knocks him out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. And there is a penalty. Let's see what it is. Illegal procedure against Childersburg, which will be declined. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Leeds Green Wave down deep in Childersburg territory, leading 14-12. That's the second interception tonight thrown by Cameron Thrash. So Childersburg defensively is going to really have to stand tall here as Leeds is knocking on the door at about the 3-yard line. Freshman quarterback Jared Latta, who's 6 foot, 185-pounder. Sylacauga leading Munford 19-8 playing in the 4th quarter. Here is Latta, and he hands off, and good tackle again. We call this guy's name a lot of times for Childersburg. That's Zay Youngblood. And he tackles a ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage, and of course that's Jacoby Hunter. So 2nd down and goal from the 7-yard line, loss of about 4. Excuse me, a pickup of 2, I guess it was. So, excuse me on that one, 9:13 to go. And here's that fine running back, Jacoby Hunter. He's inside the 5. Making the stop is Youngblood again. So it is 3rd down now and goal. Childersburg trying to stand tall here and hold Leeds out of the end zone with 8:40 to go in the football game, trailing 14-12. Cameron Thrash threw a pick just a couple of plays ago. They go with the Wildcat formation this time. And keeping and sliding and tackle is Omar Conley, and guess who? Youngblood again. Youngblood's made 3 or 4 tackles in a row. So 4th down now. 8 minutes to go in the football game. Good job by the Childersburg defense, and Leeds is going to try a field goal out of the hold of Omar Conley. And it's Jeremiah Hunter to kick it, and it's up, got plenty of leg, and it looks good, it is good. So 17-12 now, Leeds with a 5-point advantage over the Childersburg Tigers, and Childersburg fortunate, their defense stood strong and only gives up the field goal. As we come back up the field, 7:40 to go in regulation, Leeds 17, Childersburg 12.
Looking for a great pre-owned car or truck? Come visit the Collins family at Stop & Shop Auto Sales. Owned and operated by Bobby and Anderson since 1996, and now with the newest member of the team, George Collins. We specialize in quality trucks from Ford and Chevy, and also carry a variety of dependable cars and SUVs. All of our vehicles are professionally serviced and checked for safety and reliability. So come see us today in Sylacauga at 230 West 1st Street, or call 256-249-0322.
Leeds with a field goal increases their advantage over Childersburg to 17-12 with 7:40 to go in the football game. And Childersburg in trouble here midway in the fourth quarter. Childersburg led it 12-0 in the third quarter, and Leeds caught fire, and Childersburg helped them a little bit. Line drive kick, and it's going to go out of bounds, so Childersburg will have it at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10. So time remaining is okay. Childersburg just needs to move the football. A touchdown will put them up. They got to be patient, and Cameron Thrash, the senior, has thrown a couple of picks tonight. But Xavier Garrett has been the workhorse at running back for the Childersburg Tigers. And the Tigers will have it at their 35-yard line. They're right in the middle of the field, and that's where it's so sluggish and a lot of water and mud right in that area. 1st down and 10. Thrash. Hands and running room, and again, Xavier Garrett. And Garrett runs north and south for a Childersburg 1st down out to the 47-yard line. Just both hands on the football. Garrett just a nice run and holds on to the football. It's a 1st down. Cindy Pennington 1st down for the Childersburg Tigers. 46-yard line is where it's spotted. 7:29 to go in regulation. Leeds 17, Childersburg 12. Low snap. Thrash keeps it himself. Slips one tackler across midfield. 45. Drops the football. And it's still on the ground. And Leeds says they have it. And they do. Leeds recovers a fumble. And Cameron Thrash was running free, and he made a good play there and gets across midfield, and he stripped of the football right there and recovered by the Leeds Green Wave, and it'll be a 1st down for the Green Wave, another turnover for the Childersburg Tigers. So Leeds at the 46-yard line with the 14, the fourth quarter, and leading 17-12. Omar Conley bucked out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Clock stops, 6:59 to go in regulation. Is a 2nd down and about 7 from the 43-yard line. Latta, the freshman quarterback, got a fresh back in there with him. Latta steps in the pocket and throws. Is incomplete and intended for Conley, but it was well overthrown, and it'll bring up 3rd down now and 6. So the clock stops, 6:50 to go in the football game. Childersburg with time and trying to regather themselves here after a couple of turnovers, an interception and a fumble. Latta with an empty backfield. He rolls right to throw. He's got some running room. Now throws too tall for the intended receiver, and that is Jacoby Hunter, who was open, and that'll bring up 4th down. Fourth down and 6 from the 43-yard line. Let's see what they choose to do here. 6:43 to go. Childersburg unsure of what they may do here, but Latta's going to load it up. Now then they're going to reset it and may just run the play clock down and may call a timeout here, or take the 5-yard delay of game. Either event is stopped right here, and it is a penalty delay of game against Leeds, leading 17-12. So Leeds will punt the football, and Childersburg will have yet another opportunity. Yar Cabrera, I should say, Yar Cabrera punts it out. And it's a good roll, and it'll stop and be down at about the 16-yard line. And Kalen Jones downs it there. So Childersburg will have it. 6:29 to go. Plenty of time for the Tigers, trailing 17-12. They just can't afford to turn the football over anymore. They've had success in running the football. They had a lull there in the third quarter where Leeds took the lead, and field goal for Leeds here in the fourth quarter has increased it to 17-12. Let's see if Thrash can settle himself a little bit, and let's get this offense going. Not much running room for Xavion Garrett. Garrett has had to have 20 to 25 carries at least. He has been a workhorse for Childersburg. Second down and about 10, maybe a loss of a yard, maybe 11. Here's Thrash, keeps it, and he doesn't have much running room either. So third down and long. Making the stop for Leeds is Justin Pettis, the linebacker. So third down now, and still 11 yards to go. 5:25, the clock moving. Not many chances left for Childersburg. They need to convert here on the third and long. Thrash gives to Garrett, and Garrett is hit and tackled well short of the first down. Kind of surprising. You run a sweep with third and 11. You pick up 3, but it's fourth down at the 25-yard line, and you almost wonder if they may go for it here. Fourth down and 3. And Childersburg looks like indeed they are going for it from their own 25-yard line. They go right back to the young man who's done it all night, and I don't think he got there. Xavion Garrett crosses the 25 to the 26-yard line, but looks like he's going to be short of the first down. Childersburg says it is a first down. The officials looking at it, and they may measure it and see. Garrett fell forward and may have gotten enough for the first down, but Leeds says he's short. So we'll see what transpires here. If he didn't make it, Leeds will have it first and 10 with 4:26 to go, leading 17-12. If the Tigers get the first down, the drive will continue. They're getting the change now across the field, and set it down here shortly, and we'll see where we are with this. Either it's a first down for Leeds or it's a first down for Childersburg, one of the two, and it is well short. Childersburg doesn't convert. They're about a yard and a half short of the first down. And Leeds takes over on downs from the Childersburg 26-yard line. Xavier Garrett gave it all he had, but just wasn't enough as Leeds closed the door. And with 4:26 to go, Leeds Childersburg 17-12. So Childersburg now needs a turnover, needs a stop desperately to get the football back. Jared Latta, and he has Jacoby Hunter back there with him. Goes to Hunter, and Hunter's got running room, and he will score untouched. Jacoby Hunter from 27 yards out, nobody touched him. Wow. They just walled off, and here he makes a cut. Childersburg sucked inside, and nobody touched him. 27-yard touchdown run by Jacoby Hunter, and that may have been the swan song for the Childersburg Tigers. It's 23-12 now, with Cabrera with the point after. Place down, kick is up, and the kick is through the upright. So with 4:12 to go in the football game, Leeds doubles their advantage over Childersburg 24-12. Back to John Cox Stadium after this.
Did you know that suicide is the second leading cause of death for ages 10 to 24? It is also one of the leading causes of preventable death in our nation. It is time we all start to talk more about youth suicide and how we can change these statistics. My name is Nick Saban, head football coach at the University of Alabama, and I'm working with the Jason Foundation and the AFCA to address this serious national health issue. Visit jasonfoundation.com to learn what you can do to help prevent youth suicide.
Leeds with 24 points here in the second half. And they lead Childersburg by a score of 24-12. Apparently there's been a penalty called, and let's see what this one's going to be about. I'm told it may be unsportsmanlike conduct against Childersburg, but let's see. Childersburg's already had one player ejected from the game. Okay. Sylacauga leading Munford 19-14 late in that football game. About 8 minutes to go, so plenty of time left in that one. But there is a penalty flag down, and the officials are talking about it. And I don't know exactly what the deal is on it. It happened after the touchdown, after the point after. And they're looking for the referee. And it's a major distance penalty. So again, Leeds kicking off from the Childersburg 45. So apparently an unsportsmanlike conduct against Childersburg. So it would be a short kick for Cabrera, who's done very well tonight with the point after, kickoffs, and field goals. He's got one field goal. He kicks it away from the Childersburg 45, and he'll just drill it deep in the end zone. So the Tigers will take over 1st and 10, trailing 24-12, and the Tigers led 12-0, and then all of a sudden it just came apart. And Coach Beverly, he and his staff haven't been able to get it back. So Childersburg's got to score in a hurry, trailing 24-12. Cameron Thrash, the senior quarterback's going all the way at quarterback. Xavier Garrett, who's had a splendid game running the football, he lines up back there with him, and Childersburg obviously going to have to put it up. Four-man Leeds front. Bad snap. Falling on it is Thrash. A big loss. Just wasn't a good snap. And that's one of the few things that Keyshawn Reynolds hadn't done well tonight. He just a missed snap. So it's back to the 16-yard line. Keyshawn's an excellent player and excellent center. 3:40 of the clock running. Second down and 15. Thrash gives it away to Garrett, and Garrett across the 20 to the 23-yard line. Jacoby Hunter, along with Kalen Jones, combining on the tackle. Childersburg quickly up to the line of scrimmage. You know Xavion Garrett has got to be tired. I mean, he has ran the ball play after play, and he's in there now with a third down and 7. He's got it off left end. And he is close to the first down. Penalty flag is thrown in there. And that may be a holding. Let's see. Usually where it's thrown in there, it's usually holding on the offense, but let's take a look. Referee stepping over, and it is holding against Childersburg. See that a lot of times. 2:46 to go. Childersburg has just become disjointed and no help. You look to the sideline and not anything you can do. Leeds has just taken control of the football game, and timeout is called now, and we'll take a quick one as well. Curtis & Son Funeral Home presenting this fourth quarter of action from John Cox Stadium, with Leeds leading Childersburg 24-12.
Hot under the collar because your basement is full of water? Call a local company you can trust. Ox Foundation Solutions. We use the most advanced water management system to stop water from invading your basement for good. Things feeling a little uneven at home? Ox Foundation Solutions will fix your uneven concrete sidewalk, driveway, or basement in no time. Ox Foundation Solutions has the best plan to keep your home safe. If you are experiencing any issues with your sidewalks, basement, crawl space, or foundation, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
What started out as a promising night for the Childersburg Tigers, leading 6-0 at halftime, it turned into a nightmare in the second half as they have seen their lead of 12-0 dissipate, and now they trail 24-12 late in the football game. Third down and 11 for Childersburg. Childersburg in danger of falling 3-6 on the year. Here is Thrash, and he throws the ball. It slips out of his hand and almost intercepted. Thrash just got it up in the air, but it slipped off his hands, and it's fourth down. Leeds feeling their oats now as they look to get their second win of the season. Coach Hood and his staff working hard with this Leeds football team, which have been a perennial state championship team down through the years and have fallen on hard times in the last few years, but trying to pick up the pieces and on their way to a win over Childersburg tonight. Here's Thrash looking to throw. Pumps. He's in trouble. Rolls away from pressure. He's going to be hit, missed, and look at this great recovery by Thrash. I mean, the guy was hit and slipped a couple of tacklers and is all the way to the 37-yard line. Now that is a great play because he could have easily gone down, but Thrash stayed with it. And watch right here, a little juke step, another one, and he gets in the secondary, and he's all the way to about the 40-yard line. Here's Garrett trying to make the cut. He ran a long way to pick up a yard. And just 2 minutes to go in the football game now. Childersburg will fall to 3-6. Leeds will improve to 2-7 with a game left for both teams next week. Thrash on the run, throws off the hands, incomplete of the intended receiver. And we've seen that a few times tonight with Childersburg trying to get the football to Ryan Logan, who's a 5'11", 175-pound senior. That one is incomplete. So it's third down and 9. with 1:42 to go. Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week, John Cox Stadium in Childersburg. Quarterback keeper for Thrash, and got a couple of yards. It'll bring up 4th down. So Childersburg obviously in 4-down territory at the 41-yard line with a 4th down and 6. Thrash one more time. Hands inside to Garrett, and Garrett's got the 1st down. Xavion Garrett with another Childersburg Cindy Pennington 1st down. That'll move the chains to the 48-yard line. Childersburg still fighting. Very little time, however, in the game. Thrash looks, pulls it down. Thrash is breaking tackles. Cross midfield, 45, 43-yard line goes Cameron Thrash. He's a yard shy of the 1st down with the clock continuing to run. Leeds very slow getting up off the ground, and part of that is just, hey, we want to take more time. So 2nd down and a yard for Childersburg. Garrett, 1st down. Xavion Garrett inside the 40 to the 37-yard line. Cindy Pennington 1st down with 27 seconds left to go in the game. Childersburg quickly up on the football, trailing 24-12. Clock running. Gotta be in a hurry here with Thrash. Got to get down the field in a hurry, and Thrash is rolling to throw. Looks, pulls it down. He's going to be sacked, and that might be the final play of the game. He does bull his way to the 40 to the 34-yard line, and the clock is going to tick down to 0-0 before another play is run, and a very disappointing second half for the Childersburg Tigers. Childersburg led 6-0 at halftime, increased their lead to 12-0, looked promising for Childersburg, and then Leeds caught a break or two, and they win this one by a score of 24-12. You see the highlights here, and Thrash with a touchdown throw to Childersburg Terry Thomas, and Childersburg with a touchdown in the second half to move it to 12-0, but here comes Jacoby Hunter, and he just kept moving and get a field goal here to increase the lead. That's Cabrera, and here's another touchdown run by Jacoby Hunter, and the Leeds Green Wave beats the Childersburg Tigers by a score of 24-12, and what can you say happened to Childersburg in the second half? Whether they tired, whether they became undisciplined, they had a player ejected from the game, or whether or not Leeds just picked up the pace, and Leeds had only won one game coming in, and so they win their second game of the season now as Childersburg falls to 3-6. Childersburg will close out their season next week, senior night at John Cox Stadium against Anniston, and Leeds will play Pleasant Grove. Your final from John Cox Stadium in Childersburg, the Donahue Physical Therapy High School Game of the Week. Leeds 24 and Childersburg 12. I'm Jim Adele Abrams. Late score from over at Legion Stadium. Sylacauga holding on to a lead over Munford. The winner of that game moves on to the playoffs. We'll tell you more about that later on tonight on Pigskin Roundup with all our friends from TV 24. I'm Jim Adele Abrams for Zachary Thomas Abrams, our broadcast crew. John Cox Stadium leads 24 and Childersburg 12.